Hey everybody, it's Angie. Let's take a tour of Barceló Bávaro Palace, a family all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We're going to start here down on the beach where it transitions from Barceló Bávaro Beach, which is the adults-only resort and the brown buildings, to Barceló Bávaro Palace, which is the family resort. You can see this resort is part of a huge complex with a golf course, water park, tennis courts, pickleball courts, baseball diamond, and a soccer field. This beach is the reason this resort is so popular. Bávaro Beach is one of the most beautiful beaches in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It has the beautiful palm trees, the natural vegetation. These are some of the oceanfront suite options. So you'll notice that while you are close to the beach, you will have a vegetation, kind of a bush that blocks a little bit of your view, but that also blocks some of the wind and the sand. The beach does not have any umbrellas, so any of your shade is going to come from the palm trees. It's very easy to get a seat on the beach. People move their chairs around. I love that they take part of the main pool and turn it into a lap pool in the mornings for people who want to swim. This is the main pool bar. You will need to go up to the bar to get drinks. There aren't really servers walking around that often. If you want activities, here's where you're going to want to head. You have your bocce ball, your shuffleboard, your big chess, and then inside you have a foosball table. This is where the entertainment team sets up for the activities. So we saw cooking classes, cocktail making classes, salsa dancing. Behind it is the towel center where you turn in your towel card to be able to get a towel. Here is the swim up bar. It is shaded, which I love. And then straight across there, that pool is part of the spa hydrotherapy circuit. You have access to it if you're premium or as part of a paid massage. Spa services are extra. This gazebo is available for private events. And then heading out on the beach, this is where the activity center is for the beach. You can see the beach volleyball, the sailing, and the kayaks. Heading further down the pool, you can just see how big this pool is. This is the area where it's going to be easier to find a seat than over by the swim up bar. It's right in front of the buffet. Heading back around, we're going to check out the activity center, and this is where you can sign up. If you come down this little walkway here, this is where you'll be able to sign up to do any of the included non-motorized sport activities. As we continue to head right as you're facing the beach, if we kept going, there's more room buildings that way, but we're going to turn in here and head back towards the lobby. This is a whirlpool that's on both ends of the resort. It's cool water though. It's not hot water. To get a jacuzzi with hot water, you would need to go to the hydrotherapy area of the spa. This is a small kids splash park, and also in this area, you're going to find the adults only pool. So you can turn in at the frogs, and that's how you'll know you're in the adults only area. It has these great hydrotherapy jets in the middle. There's a special bar, so that's a really good spot to hang out if you're adults only. Now we're going to head into the building and check out some of the dining options. On the first floor, we're going to find the main buffet. So this is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And upstairs from that is Coral, which is the seafood restaurant a la carte. But for breakfast and lunch, it's available for premium guests. We tried the ham and cheese breakfast sandwich. You had to add your own egg and bacon. And I also had this egg scramble that came with a hot dog and mashed potatoes, which I thought was interesting. For lunch, we had a really good fish entree, and then I also really enjoyed the short ribs that were available, and it had good roasted vegetables. They also have an appetizer buffet for both breakfast and lunch, and at lunch they had incredible seafood with these great stone crab legs, a huge salad bar, and different kinds of pre-made salad. Now heading out of the building, we're going to keep walking away from the ocean now, and we're going to head towards the water parks. So heading back into the resort, we're going to come into the family section, and this is a small splash park that is open to everybody. Anybody can come back here and go on all these little slides, and they have all these jets that turn on. You can pick up towels back here with your towel card. Heading around the corner, we're going to find the supervised kids program. You can drop off kids age 4 to 12. Here's the outdoor playground area. They have inside activities as well. There's also a paid water park. This is the water park. It has a number of different slides and a wave pool. It's included if you're premium. Otherwise, there's a daily charge. There's the bar that's right behind the water park, and the sign up for the water park and the mini golf. The mini golf is free. Here's a look at the course. It's free during the day, but then at 6 p.m. there is a $5 fee per person. There's also a teen club in this area, but it was closed when I walked by. Now we're going to head to the main building. This is kind of the hub of all the activity. We're on the first floor right now. This actually is not where you check in. I'll show you when we go up to the second floor where the check-in is. There is a ton of activities in here. Some of them are extra charge, like the escape room has an extra charge. There's a ton of shops. So if you're looking for new clothes, if you forgot something, duty-free jewelry, duty-free alcohol. The Barceló has a rum tasting in case you want to buy some bottles of Barceló rum to bring back with you. And Barceló rum is included with the premium. They also have cosmetics. Really anything you want, cigars, is going to be in this mall area. If you keep heading all the way to the back towards the beach, you'll find more a la carte restaurants. So the first one is the Spanish restaurant. And at this one, my favorite things were the grilled octopus appetizer and the paella that they serve tableside. It was delicious and all the seafood was perfectly cooked. Next door is the French restaurant. This does turn into adults only after 8 p.m., but you can get family reservations earlier. I loved the smoked hamachi tartare. It was delicious. We had a giggle over the shrimp cocktail that came in a pineapple. The scallops were a tad overcooked, but they had good flavor. And then I got the fish and it was broiled beautifully. My husband got a really good grilled lobster tail. Across the way is the casino. That obviously is not included. And across from the casino, we're going to find the sports bar. And the sports bar is open 24 hours. You can always come here and grab a bite. It has a ton of TVs. They had all different games on when we were there, from soccer to baseball to hockey. Well, I guess football if you're not from the US. They have a buffet out at all times. This is the breakfast buffet, but they also have a late night buffet with all of your junk food favorites. Pool tables are available, first come, first serve. We didn't see that you had to pay for those. There is a small business center. The arcade and the bowling alley have an extra charge. Bowling is $15 for 2 people until 5 p.m. and $15 per person after 5 p.m. Now we headed back towards the Spanish restaurant and made a right towards the beach. You'll find the Japanese a la carte restaurant. The tables in the walkway are smoking areas. Straight across is the fitness center that is part of the spa. The fitness center is included. Mexican is another theme for the a la carte restaurant here in the main level. And then there's also another buffet. We'll head up in the elevator. You can see a good look at the spa area there in the main pool. Santa Fe Steakhouse is an a la carte restaurant. It does turn into a buffet on really busy days. Next to Santa Fe, we're going to find the Italian a la carte restaurant. And inside it has a fun vibe. It had like kind of a Godfather vibe, which I thought was really fun. I loved the squash soup. I highly recommend that. I also really enjoyed the beef I had. It had a good pesto pasta on the side, and the lasagna was just okay. It was more like a pasta casserole than a true hearty lasagna. It has an appetizer buffet like we've seen at some of the other restaurants, with salad and charcuterie and some pre-made salads in addition to the make your own salad. Coming around the corner, we'll head to 2 of the lounges. This is the coffee and rum lounge. It's only open in the late evening, and a lot of things in there are an extra charge. There's plenty of seating out here to smoke. You really can smoke a lot of places at the resort, which can be a con to some people. Here's the lobby bar. It is air conditioned. That's a huge plus because a lot of the spaces, as we saw in the adults only video, weren't air conditioned. They do have a live piano player there in the evenings. Down at the end of this hallway, if we were to go left, we would end up at the meeting rooms and the Coral restaurant. So that restaurant we saw a long time ago when we were coming around the front near the kids splash pad. That's the other end of this building. This is the main lobby. So this is where you will come when you check in. You are on the second floor of this building. There's plenty of spaces to wait if you need to wait. If you have booked a premium level room, you can check in at the premium lounge. It does have snacks throughout the day, a continental breakfast in the morning. Around the corner to the left, as you're facing the beach, is where you're going to find the theater. There are shows every evening and all different kinds of themes. So Michael Jackson shows, singing shows, they have karaoke available. So lots of activities here at night. It's one of the largest theaters I've ever seen, and it makes sense because this is a very large resort. Definitely still want to get here early because there's not enough seats for everyone. Coming across, you're going to find a really cool rooftop deck and rooftop lounge. This is a great place to go in the evening. It's super hot during the day, so I would avoid it. But look at this incredible view. They have great tables and chairs you can just sit there and enjoy. Downstairs, we're going to find the entrance to the spa. As I said, the spa is an extra charge. To get around this huge resort, you can take a train. So they have a train that comes and takes you around if you want to go back to the adults only resort, and it goes around to all the different buildings that are part of the complex. So you can see here, this is the baseball diamond that I talked about earlier. It's next to the soccer field. Do you call it a soccer pitch or football pitch? What would you say if you're not American? Sorry, the train was a little bumpy. And then here's the tennis courts, and there's also pickleball courts. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments.